it's great to capture content however you can. Like that's exactly what they're doing there. And then they upload it to the podcast. So again, it's like getting people's attention. And that's what I'm talking about. That at LinkedIn marketing and how to party at the biggest online 24/7 networking event. And the reason why I say it like that is because bringing a fun energy and vibe back to LinkedIn, a lot of people think of LinkedIn as a little bit buttoned up, or they see the words professional. But when you're working in a corporate office, do you go over to another person's cubicle or hang out in their office and have off-the-cuff fun conversations? Yes. Or else it would be mind-blowing if we spent all day buttoned up, high tension and stress, and who wants to work in that environment, right? So I feel the same thing applies to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a real life office space where I'm just going over to somebody's profile like Kevin and just talking with him like he's just in the next office next to me and treating him like he's my coworker. So, oh, it cut off the bottom a little bit. All right, so I was kind of joking around, but basically if you're able to create attention, you have a skill. If you're able to create attention and hold it, you have a gift. But the big deal is if you can create attention online, hold it, and get people to take an action. Follow your email, sign up, move them over to YouTube, whatever you're trying to do. If you can make people do all those three things, you're done. You're good. You can operate all over the internet. And I have hidden foxes throughout the presentation, just FYI. So can anyone find the hidden fox in this slide? I'm starting you off kind of easy. Exclamation point. And so I was kind of joking, but I Googled, and it was like marketing is the process of getting consumers interested in your company's product or services. Well, does that make it sound like you should be boring online then? If you want to get people's attention, you have to be interesting. And so I'm just going to throw up here, well, not this one, but here, this was the post I made on LinkedIn about this event to get attention and attraction. Granted, I wanted more people, but it's a Wednesday. So I said, do you also see LinkedIn as a 24/7 networking party? You always want to open at the top of your whatever it is you're about to post with some type of hook, some type of interesting comment, something that grabs people's attention. You don't want to do clickbait. You want to deliver, but you always want to get people to click that ... see more. So yes, it is my son's birthday today, and my birthday is on Friday, so I'm very excited. So I tied it all in together. At this point, I think it's up to like 6,000 views, but I hid 2 foxes. So I had tons of people saying, I said, P.S. there are 2 hidden foxes. So I know people looked at the rest of my message. And I know people that didn't look at the rest of my message. But I also noticed people were making comments that was driving more people to come back and say, oh, I didn't realize there were 2 hidden foxes in this message. You know, it's kind of like, okay, that was just fun, but they still also got the message. And this got spread further because people were having and engaging with the post. So again, I was trying to say, this is a little bit different between me and Kevin. I don't necessarily, I didn't give you any background on me, by the way. But I started off my career in 1999 in a gypsum mine. So my background's in chemical engineering, and then I got a master's in environmental management. I've worked for major corporations for 20 years. So yes, I'm in my 40s, but this has been keeping me young, so it's a lot of fun. And basically, I started a blog in 2008. So that's kind of how you can start to connect why I went into this side of my business now, and I'm all in on running the Judi Fox Consulting Agency. So basically, kind of the process is that by learning sales and marketing for an environmental consulting firm, you're so niched. And so I've basically taken a lot of that knowledge and just applied it to LinkedIn and kind of how to blow up your world and get attention online, if that makes sense. Did I explain that well? Good enough. Good enough. All right, so this is me just throwing up here like crazy, and for some reason it didn't, again, it's cutting off a little bit. But this is my list of all the ways I personally, and I'm going to go into this on all the slides, but this is how I personally kind of think about LinkedIn. I want to get attention online, I want to hold it, and I want to get people to take action. So I'm going to share tons of value. And this is my highest performing post right now, but it's at 500,000 views. This is how me and Kevin connected, December 17th. I know exactly what day. And this filled my pipeline. I was done. I was like, I don't have to post now for like a couple years. I'm just kidding. But no, it really did fill. It filled my my calendar, my connection requests. And just to give you some scope, I started posting content March of 2018. So I started at maybe 2,000 connections on LinkedIn, and I'm now at 20,000. And that is not through sending messages, it's inbound. I'm driving people to be curious about me constantly, and I do phone calls and connections and coffees, but I'm not actively searching, I'm pulling them in and getting them curious to want to ask me. So then again, I'm going to go through all of these, but the one I want to point out is if you create something that can get shared a ton. So I wrote, this was at the end of this post. So basically I wrote, please tag other profiles with cover photos. So as he was mentioning, he had a really amazing cover photo that I worked with him on, but he had an amazing cover photo. I have a before and after. But I also said, thank you for sharing. And so then people were sharing at 152 shares, which made more reach. And then I go out and I thank every single person that shared. So I'm constantly, instead of doing the direct messages, I'm spending a lot of time publicly on the platform, just circulating and having conversations publicly. And
people like to be, if they do something like for you by sharing it,
yeah,
everybody likes to be acknowledged.
Yes. And these cover images were, professionals on the platform that I had spent hours looking for the top photos that I could find. And so you can all go and check out this post because it's obviously a pretty popular one for a reason. It solves a problem for people, and it also creates social currency. What I mean by that is you look good when you share knowledge. So when you read an article and you're moved by it and you hit that share button, you're sharing it because you're saying to yourself, I'm now sharing knowledge that my community would all benefit from. So if you can be the person that creates that content, it's amazing. This is how you get 500,000 to 1 million views and higher. And then you want to get attention. So it was bold. It was obviously bold with a bold color. It was big and bold. There's a new feature on LinkedIn. It's called the document feature, and you can upload a PowerPoint, you can upload a Word document, you can upload a PDF. So that is what this feature was. And it has a swipe. So I put an arrow there so it would indicate to swipe because it has a swiping feature. And it's very similar to Instagram where you're going to swipe to see the next pictures, and that kind of instigates the energy behind this post. So. And this was kind of a joke, but it's fun. I mean, basically, Tim Schmoyer, I worked with him on his cover image up there. There is a hidden fox. And he's probably going to appreciate that. Tim, if you're watching, hi, thank you. So basically, he posted, but he's huge on YouTube. And I felt really honored that he sent me this. And he was basically saying, Judi tagged me in this post, and that's what happens. So again, it's all about social currency and social reach, and he's now talking about me to other YouTubers, which you want people to talk about you. If you're the talked about place to go and person to work with, more people are going to come your way. This is Kevin's before and after. So what happened is I made that post that you guys all just saw saying, here's how to do your cover image. Kevin reaches out. This is how we met. Kevin reaches out and says, what do you think of my cover image? And he wrote that in the public comments. And I responded back with 3 quick voice messages because I had comments. I was like, this is what I would do different. I told him, I said, you're not showing any social agencies or awards, because I looked at his website. I said, you've got amazing awards. You've got the Davy Award. You've got all these things, but you're not showing it. And then here, he was outbound, currently seeking opportunities. And I said, bring them in. You're available for speaking opportunities. That's a slight switch. But you want to be attractive to other people to want to reach out to you. And then what was the other thing we worked on? We added your website. So, yes.
Well, touch on the other thing, is the voice messages.
Yes, you can leave voice messages. This is literally, you'll see in the rest of my slides, but this is what I do. If somebody reaches out to me, if they make an amazing comment on the platform, I will respond in voice messaging. So what I do is, if somebody sends me a direct message and I can't figure out, do they want to work with me, or are we going to have an amazing conversation? Those are my two criteria. It's got to be either one. If you're not going to work with me or have a great conversation, I kick you back out to my public comments online. And I have a generic message that says, love being connected. I don't say this, but I don't do, hi, how are you? I don't know how to respond to that. It's too generic. I don't know where to start with that. So I say, hey, I normally kick off those conversations in the comments online so we can get to know each other and really engage on the content. So that way we're having professional conversations, because I don't want to risk. I know you go out to a lot of coffees, but as a female, I don't go out to a lot of coffees because I personally I have to watch my activity personally, where I'm going to go, who I'm going to meet with. Are you a stranger? So I kick people out to the public comments all the time. And that continues, I think, to engage. If people really want to talk to you and get and work together, they'll go back out to the public comments online, because I didn't know Kevin at all. So, but anyways, he wrote this. Oh, what? Yeah.
He brought up a good point, because when I first started on LinkedIn, they kept saying, you're not supposed to connect with people you haven't met.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, half of mine are people I haven't known. I mean,
Yeah.
We know I'm the same people, or, something to that effect. They have a title that, we can mutually benefit from each other. But you're saying, yeah, go ahead.
I connect with everybody, and then if anyone shows any amount of weirdness, I disconnect or I block. I mean, I'm like that. Because you're either professional or you're not. It's black and white.
I did something like this about LinkedIn, and everybody says connect with people you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn will say, do they just
LinkedIn's kind of,
you don't know? That's what's there for.
I don't work for LinkedIn, so, and I know LinkedIn has to kind of balance this line between where they've been in the past to where they are in the future. The social construct of our world is, Kevin's running an amazing company. Why would I not want to connect with him? I don't know him, but he reached out and we're connected now. And I ended up here. It's an amazing world, and how could I shut that down? But what I do pay attention to, how many connections do we have in common? I kind of pay attention to that. If we have 0 and that person only has 15 connections, maybe I'm not going to connect with them. Maybe I'll let them, they can follow you. So that's another way of kind of, how do I say this? Engaging in the community without opening yourself up. So yeah.
And is it because of the Sales Navigator account that you're able to reach more people? Because I thought, similar to what you were saying, that I'm kind of blocked from just reaching out and engaging with people that I don't know.
So when I say by creating attention, I just make my own public posts. So I am always looking for how to create inbound opportunities. How do I get more people to check out my profile? I want to get people's attention and interest versus me doing the opposite, which is connect. I mean, he's saying I can connect with 50 to 100 a day, but I've built up I call it my eyeball tornado content creation formula, but I've created an eyeball tornado where people are talking about me. And that way I maybe don't have to go out and constantly click connect as much.
So even if you hit it in public, it's still what you're saying, public. It's literally going out to everyone, not just the people that you know.
Yes. That post that went to 500,000 was going out to 2nd and 3rd degree connections of people I don't know. That's how we met. So, yeah, your public posts on the platform If LinkedIn sees that people are clicking that see more button, if you ask people to tag, they're possibly going to tag somebody on your post that you're not even connected to. So your network can grow by doing these types of inbound actions on the platform. And so the same thing like we talked about, which is you get attention online, and then you drive people over to your profile, and your profile is like a brochure now. If you think of it like that versus a resume, it's like your fancy, beautiful brochure. Make it look like that. We all have spent how many hours on amazing brochures and marketing materials? Make it your profile. Sell. Yeah.
Can I add something to what you said?
Yeah.
I like what you're talking about, 'cause it's kind of what we do whether we get you published or on television. That's the importance of that credibility it brings as seen on, whatever. And also, I wondered if you or Kevin gives thought, because I know I do, we design stuff. People have to understand that that's how it might look on your PC, but that's not how it's going to look on your mobile phone.
Correct.
I was just curious to see. So, do you ever put thought into that? Because some of it will be covered up on mobile and things like that. I just
No, I'll show you the next one because I worked with a client on mobile.
Your points are really good.
See, and even I didn't get this sizing right. I'm sure I can resize, but so Jeff had the same thing on December 17th. December 17th, my inbox was crazy. That's the day that that post went to 500,000. So I was just fielding like, yes. So to turn around and basically have inbound thousands of dollars of opportunity, that's basically what this turned into. So Jeff reached out, would love to learn more about your LinkedIn consulting. So there you go. I know what the conversation is going to be about. I turn around, leave a quick voice message. I'm free 5:30 p.m. Eastern time today and tomorrow. You want to get on quick. If somebody's a warm lead, if they want to talk, you want to talk. And so I took him, you can't see all of it, but like when you're right, on mobile, his image of his face was over top of the image of his face. So
It even goes whether you're looking at selfie mode or just like going horizontal.
yes.
But I'm OCD and fanatical about everything. But we look at that stuff.
There's going to be people who have optimized their profile to make sure they never cover anything. There's going to be parts that your image, so we're talking about his face, his profile picture is going to cover something because that picture moves around depending on where you're at. You're on mobile, it's going to be in the center. You're on desktop, it's going to be on the left. So yes,
Like, different ways to
it's
add.
crazy.
You look good.
He does look good.
See, it looks good selfie.
We are, yeah.
At the end of the day, we settled on the fact that he put it across the top. And I'll show you mine, but I put my most important information, what I consider, across the top because it's never going to get covered. So, and then put it on the right, also what you want to never get covered. And that's your two main spots, top and right. And then same thing, use this as a brochure and even make it look like a web page. For example, it's got the About C3 metrics. His highest return on investment is to drive people over to his scorecard. So we worked on, this is all the things we worked on. I'm moving out of the thing, but you want to make it easy for people to highlight your website or your opt-in, if you have an opt-in. Make it easy. Send me a message here on LinkedIn or visit www.c3metrics.com. Tell people physically how to contact you. Don't make it nebulous. Make it super easy to highlight. And by highlight, I mean don't put these words in a big blob of text because we can't highlight. There are people out there who once they get to your profile, they'll want to highlight that because you can't click on it. And to go to that tab where it says see contact information, that's where you can click on that and then click on the website. But some people might not get that far, so you want to capture them here. All right. So the other one is evoke an emotion and create brand fans. Again, I'm talking about inbound. How do you create that eyeball tornado that I'm talking about on LinkedIn? And you can have fun on LinkedIn. I continue to say that to people. So my thing is I have a personal hashtag that people can follow. So if you click on hashtag FoxRocks, which I recommend all of you do, and click the follow button, every time I post, it's more likely to show up in your feed, which continues to build this energy behind your own brand. So create a brand hashtag. I recommend it for everybody, even if you're just starting, just go there. And then, for example, evoking an emotion. I made a video. I talked about LinkedIn posts and human-to-human marketing came up. They thought that was really awesome. So these are my inbound messages. I'm just showing you like what inbound marketing basically can look like. I turned around and had personal conversations with Karen and I asked her if I could share this and I asked people, can I share this? I don't just randomly take screenshots of their inbound messages. But I thought that was super awesome that she sent me a picture of a fox cookie. But I get, Judi, I saw this in Target today and it's a picture of a fox in my inbound messages all the time now. So we're not necessarily always talking about business because I treat business like I'm in a huge corporate office and I don't always go to everyone's cubicle to constantly talk about business. I sometimes just go to just chit chat and be like, hey, did you catch the game? If I was talking about that, I don't really watch any games, but sports. Oh no, why did this one? Okay, so I had a video with Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you all know who Gary V is? Okay, so I met Gary V. So the build trust and reputation and funify your content. I just made that word up. But basically, this got like 24 shares, 23,000 views. But like I said, I hit 3 million views in 2018. So you're trying to, who wouldn't want those kinds of eyeballs? If you've got eyeballs on what you do, you will get work. It's plain and simple. What? Yes. And then I tagged everyone that's in the video. So I was at an event called Vid Summit, which I'm actually speaking at this year. Very excited. And then I tagged everybody that was in the video. And then I also double created content. So I didn't just use this content once. And I'm also talking about pay attention to that see more. You never want to fail anybody. That see more will always get you more reach. So if you can make sure that whenever they click that, you're building trust, you're building confidence that you're always giving value in the rest of your see more. So I turned it into a contest. I said, how many times does LinkedIn in this video win a $50 Amazon gift card? And then I gave them instructions on how to enter. You've got to like this and you've got to share it. And there you go. I then took a screen grab of the whole video. I don't know if you guys know how to do that, but you can record your own screen and a video of your own screen, edited it down to only the video to saying the word LinkedIn throughout the whole video. So I took a 10-minute video. That's the max that you can upload on LinkedIn is 10 minutes. And I edited it down to 1 minute and 28 seconds. So I was able to use the content twice. And then somebody won. It was 42 times in a 10-minute video that people said the word LinkedIn. It was so fun. And Chris won, and then I actually ended up working with Chris to update his cover image, and now he has brought me so many clients, and it just continues to like be this snowball that's kind of out of control, which is super awesome. All right, I'm going to flip through this really quick, but collaborating across platforms, you know, you can start by using LinkedIn. Michaela Alexis is really big on the platform on LinkedIn. And she's got like 130,000 followers on LinkedIn. She's been using it for a really long time. And I'm also in this video with Sean right down here on my LinkedIn, and he posted it on his LinkedIn profile. I then shared it on mine. I'm showing that that's their YouTube channel. They've got 425,000 subscribers. This is what I'm talking about. Like, just keep pushing your own content out and it keeps expanding. So again, Benji and I are up in there. Benji's also a part of Video Influencers. And again, that then got me an opportunity to work with all these amazing women on women creators. And I was just chatting with Salma earlier today, and I'm trying, you know, creating conversations and having great just chats with people and finding out what events are you going to be at this year? When can we meet in person again to network and create content? All right, so have fun and capture attention fast. I like to think that grabbing someone's attention on LinkedIn, either in the cover image when they're scrolling, you want to make sure you have something attractive in that cover image, whatever it is. Don't make it a black screen or your bumper. Make it something that's interesting, or you're going to lose people. And it's the first 3 seconds that probably count. I think it's 3 seconds. Other people have different opinions, but I think it's fast. And so I'm giving the 2 networking tips, total value, plus a bonus message at the end of the video. So I'm telling people and telling them, watch the video, you'll get a bonus message. And then networking's not always easy, especially, and then you don't know what I'm about to say, so you're going to want to click that see more. Well, this is the bonus message that I pulled over from Snapchat. That's fun. So now you're going to want to watch that video to see what I was saying in my bonus message. And then this one, why do you think people like unboxing videos? Because we heart surprises, and you don't know what I'm about to say. Every time someone clicks that see more, it creates more views. LinkedIn sees that as a valuable piece of content, and they'll keep showing it in the news feed to more and more people. Yeah?
So I can't really see too clearly back here, but is it 3 lines of text and then you get to see more?
Yep, 3 lines. And then you can put spaces to, like, if you don't have enough and you want to make that be, see how I did that? I think it's because we heart surprises and
We're making a cliffhanger, basically.
yes! Don't you all want to know? Maybe some of you don't. But these are getting 20,000 views, 13,000 views. And if you're posting 2 to 3 of these types of videos today or a day, you can see how you can quickly get to 1 million views or even 200,000 views. I mean, the energy behind all this, and this is an Instagram story, by the way. So I'm just cross-platforming content all the time. So my son got in the box. So that was kind of the funny first 3 seconds of this video surprise, because I basically said, oh my gosh, this box is on my front porch. What's in it? And then we clipped. It was out of sequence, but we clipped to the fact that he got in the box, which was super cute. And then I got a couple messages that said, you're shipping kids, which that's not what okay, fine. Oh man, and I forgot to point out some of the hidden foxes. Let's see if there's a hidden fox. No. Oh, there's a hidden fox in this one. There's a hidden one. I'll go all the way back to the beginning. There's a hidden one in that one.
Right over shoulder.
Yeah. Gary V has a fox on his shoulder. I think I have a couple more that we missed. I get so excited about telling you that's not a hidden fox. Oh, there's a hidden. Did we get that one? The hidden fox up there? I'm right next to your Davy Award. All right. Yes, that would be great. Okay, so let's quickly, how am I doing on time? I have a few minutes left. So I'm going to just point out, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it talked about how the know, like, and trust factor is not relevant, and that you should focus on the trust and respect factor. And I don't think that's right. And the reason why, I was going to say I call bullshit. I call bullshit because, and here's why. They were thinking that people are chasing likes. I'm thinking of it as you're creating content that people want to like and creating a social proof channel or like a dryer, something like the tornado. You're creating a social proof platform. So yes, having likes, not chasing them, but building something that people want to like. So much value, so much fun. I mean, I used to be super bored at work. I really didn't like a lot of the jobs I had, and I was sometimes very miserable. So if I was going to get on LinkedIn, if somebody was still teaching and they were fun, I was way more engaged than getting on and watching an hour video about CFR 4060.5, and now I've got to learn about some new regulation that the EPA just pushed out, and it's being talked about like it's super boring. So I think if you build the know people get to know you, not the intimate details of you, but they know how you're going to show up. That kind of know. They know how you're going to, every time they see you post, they know they're going to be coming for that more, see more. They're coming for something fun. Whatever your values of your company are, they can feel it through your content. And that's the know part. I think people get all into authenticity. So on this podcast, it was kind of cutting those two things down. And I don't think that's right. I think knowing people and feeling like they know you, they know how you're going to show up, and they know that when they like, there's social proof. Nobody wants to be the only person at a party. You want to have people come and have a good time and like that content, share that content, engage in that content, have some fun. I mean, granted, my branding has fun in it. Other people may not, but if you're super high value that you bring, there's going to be a lot of really targeted likes. So you're going to want to analyze what's working. And I always tell people, experiment with your content, and when you find that thing that hits, analyze why it hit. Why did it get 20 more likes than all the other content you've posted over the past 20 weeks? Let's reverse engineer what you did there and then repeat it, elements of it. So again, there's nothing wrong with trust and respect, but I think it's boring. So, and I'm a little anti-boring.
This stuff is good because everybody should be sincere. People, you're not chasing likes, you're building a following, and your following grows because you're sincere. That's why we're doing something.
Yeah, well, and that's why I think you can't throw out no like and trust. As an old school, I mean, basically this podcast, which a very influential person was saying this, and I'm saying it's not. That I challenge them. I'm making a podcast. So, yeah. And I think this one cuts out relationship. Trust and respect. Yes, they're going to trust you. Yes, they're going to respect you, but they're not going to know who you are. They're not going to know why they would ever come back for more. What?
I can trust and respect you, don't mean I like you.
Yes, that's true. And you're not chasing their like. You're getting likes from your ideal client. And I will say, I don't know who the hell my ideal client was when I got started. I just started throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what stuck because I had a full-time job. I was doing this on the side, and I was also kind of frustrated with where I was at. I hit maybe burnout with what I was doing in my full-time job. So I started experimenting on LinkedIn with my content, and this is kind of the result of it. So I kind of reverse and backed into who my ideal clients were, because the ones that I now work with, I map everything out to attract more of them. So I didn't know who my ideal clients were. So if you don't know who your ideal clients are, don't freak out. Reverse into who's the favorite person you ever worked with and try to figure out who they are and make more of them. I would love to multiply out more. Oh, so this is where pushing and saying the see more button fails people. So don't ever do that. If people are going to click that see more, they're only being told, here's my hashtags. That's what I'm talking about with that trust factor. You want to build trust that when they're going to want to click see more every time you post. All right, and then you can see how many hashtag followers on LinkedIn. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. All right, I think that's funny up there. But again, inbound leads, prospects take action, there's a hidden fox, and I'll just run through the rest. But you can put in your copy, need more help with this. This is a comment that Dr. Natalia always puts in. She adds it. Comments on the platform are content. Your comments will show up other places on the platform, so don't discount them. She got 4 likes on it. I made a comment last night, and I already have 12 likes on somebody else's content. So don't discount your own comments, if that makes sense. All right, inbound lead. Oh, wait, did we see? There's the hidden fox. Yeah. I was trying to make it look like he drew it. All right, we're done. Again, inbound leads. I always respond with voice messages. These are labeled potential opportunity. This is what my inbox looks like. Like, just crank this out. And cross channels repurpose. I take lives like this live, and then I turn it into a LinkedIn video. And then I do the same thing with my stories. This is an Instagram story. I turned it into a LinkedIn video. So I'm always just repurposing content.
Do you use a platform to distribute it, or do you just go ahead and do each one individually? Do you like a lot of people know Hootsuite, whatever. How do you I don't like doing that, but what do you?
I'm all organic. And right now I am looking at a couple of those platforms just to try them out. But right now I literally, if I'm posting, that's me posting. And the reason why is because I jump on every single like and comment the moment they make them. So I think the best time to post is the best time that you have, at least in half an hour or an hour, to kind of hang out on your own content. Oh, one more thing. If you can't get a hold of me, try my virtual assistant. Yes. Oh, and we can all connect, just FYI.